or it's new to me, so I haven't discovered anything there. But I quite like hunting around these really big lakes. I've had some really good results at Beaumont. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to head over to this lake and kind of walk round to this lookout point, and then hopefully I'll find an outpost over there. So I'm going to use my ATV to go into about 300 meters or so, and then I'm going to dump it, because otherwise the animals will get a bit scared. That was a coyote rest zone that I just found just a little while ago. Oh, so there's some good trails here. So this could be quite a good place to set up a ground blind. What's this? Actually, mind you, that just looks like one moose. Will it get up here? Come on. Nice. Okay. Okay, so I'm just going to dump this shortly. Actually, I'm going to dump this now because I'm already in quite an open area, so it would be crazy to ride into there and scare off any animals that are just sitting there. And I already got one call, which I'm pretty sure was probably a warning call. So let's just wander through here, just see what we can find. And like I say, I haven't discovered anything around here at all, because I'm still really new to the game. I've only been playing it for maybe like 2 weeks or so. So I've kind of been sticking to those areas that I know that I can get lots of animal kills, lots of cash from, because obviously that when you first start out in the game, that's what you're looking for, cash. So you can buy new games, etc. Not new games. New guns. See, this warning call came from over there, so I don't think I'm going to see that animal that gave me that warning call, or shoot that animal that gave me that warning call. But what I might do is kind of come across maybe a feeding zone or a need zone or something. So it's always worth kind of paying attention to where those calls are coming from, even if it's it's worth just kind of checking on your map just to see if you've got a need zone there, because chances are, animals, they do travel, but I do think, I'm not 100% sure. Jaxie Beard would know. That's the other guy that so there's a really good, I'm sure it's like Jaxie Beard or something, or JC Beard. So I've been watching this guy's videos because I was looking. Oh, I could hear footsteps. I was looking for some tips with this because I couldn't find anything to help absolute beginners, and I was struggling with really basic stuff like where the hell are all the damn animals. So I was watching this guy's video, and he's got some really good tips on there. So again, as I come through, I'm just kind of looking through all of the gaps, because you never know. Well, if you look through the gaps, you do know you are going to get lucky, and you are going to spot some animals, and you're going to spot some need zones. That's how I've found almost all of my need zones. So all of these have been all of these little need zones that I've found. There aren't that many yet, but all of them have been from. Actually, you can't actually. There you go. So all of these need zones have been spotted long distance. Just kind of wandering around like this. Grabbing the binoculars or the rangefinder out and just spotting animals. What's that stupid rock animal? I've come out earlier than most. Like most of the need zones that I find around lakes are from, like, maybe sort of 7 a.m. onwards. So I've also come out earlier so that I can make the noise I need to make getting to the need zone before the animals actually arrive. And like I say, this is a completely undiscovered lake, but this is good though. This looks like maybe white-tailed deer or something. They tend to kind of hop around like this. White-tailed deer. Oh, and there's quite a few of them as well. So I'm just picking up, like, I'm not going to follow these footprints, but by sort of examining some of them, you can see how many others are left, and it will give you an idea of, you know, of how many deer were actually kind of coming through there. So there's a lot of them here. So there's probably going to be a need zone around here somewhere. Rain makes it so hard to kind of see right into the distance. Okay, let's come. So coyote. Oh, okay, that's a mating call as well. That's a good sign. So I'm getting a mating call rather than a warning call. Oh, this is what I found that's really good as well. Even if you find a rock right out in the open, if you... Oh, wrong button. Oh, wrong button. If you lie flat on it, even if it's right out in the open, it gives a really low profile for spotting animals. So lots of places kind of have these big rocks. So if you can climb up on one, it's great. And then you get kind of like this view all around, and the animals can barely see you for some reason. Maybe I'm wearing a rock-shaped suit. This is worth remembering, though, this place. Oh, there you go, rest. So rest zone for moose. A moose rest zone. I don't know why it doesn't appear straight on the... Oh, is that it there? I was going to say, I don't know why it doesn't appear straight on the map. So I'm figuring that this is a... Because I can't imagine all of those white-tailed deers were just passing... Oh, there you go. So that looks like it might be a rest zone there, maybe. Let's go and have a look. But this would be a good place to sit and... Oh, no, that was the moose again. Good place to sit and ambush as well, because... you know, there's obviously lots of animal traffic there. There's lots of people, lots of animals kind of coming through. So this might be a good place to go and hole up and just kind of wander into the branches of a tree and just stand there invisible and see what appears. There you go. There's the coyote. I wonder if I can get him to come out if I use a caller. See, sometimes this works, sometimes it doesn't. And often he's already run right over there and he'll come up and then you'll think that nothing's happening and you'll get up and you'll see tracks that have literally crawled over you. See, if I was feeling more patient, I would sit there for a couple of minutes. But that's not really... Obviously, if I see an animal, that's great. But I'm kind of here really trying to spot animals in their need zones. So I'm not that fussed about that coyote. Gives us a good indication of how far they travel from there. Because you know, this is one that... Oh no, that would be too far. There's a coyote need zone. Oh no, that's from 3 till 7. I was going to say, gives you a good indication of how far they travel, because just because they're, you know, just because you kind of find a need zone doesn't necessarily mean that one, the animals are going to be with it, or two, the animals are going to be anywhere near it. Okay, so let's keep wandering down. And again, I'm not running, but, oh, there you go, that looks like the outpost down there. See, I'm getting a warning call from him because my scent is going right in his direction. So it might not be that he's seen me, but it doesn't really matter. It's, you know, the fact that the moose has kind of spotted me is neither here nor there, because it's, again, it's kind of right behind me and I'm trying to find need zones around the lake, not where the moose is. So let's go down to the shoreline. Didn't know what that was then. Okay. So I'm just going to kind of spot round the shoreline, because this is what I have been doing. Just kind of go all the way around and see if I can kind of pick up some animals on the way. Oh, it looks like some mallards. Now, mallards are really good. If you get an air rifle, you can literally stand on the bank picking those mallards off, and and I didn't realise you could shoot them, because I was kind of thinking, oh, they're in the water, so we can't go in the water, so how are we supposed to get them? But you shoot them and they float towards you. Actually, it looks there's a few mallards out on this lake. So this, when we get close enough to spot them, this is going to be that's going to be a mallard rest zone. And they're a brilliant way to get money. So you're only going to get maybe like 250 to 350 per duck, but you can sit there and you can get 10 of them in like 3 minutes. Oh, so it looks like we're following in that coyote's trail. It's alright, Mr. Coyote, we are not after you, even though we will shoot you in the face. So again, just kind of having a quick scan around. I think I read somewhere that the animals, don't spawn over 500 meters. So I don't know if that's right, but I can see, no, that can't be right, because I can see he's got to be, that's a mallard there. So yeah, so that can't be right. I did see somewhere that somebody said you can't see them over 500 meters, but I don't see how that can be right. That's where that coyote was coming from, up there somewhere. I'm not running into the hills to get a coyote. I'm going to sneak round and see if we can pop some of these mallards off, and I'll just show you how you can get a really good score. So the gun to use is, oh, I've got 5 shots. Oh, that's right, I've got a tent. Right, so I can so go ahead. I'm going to put my tent up here, and I'm just going to use the shop. Oh, for God's sake. There. Oh, that would be a comfy night's sleep. Look. Nice. This is why I don't go camping anymore. Right, so let's go down and get some ammo. And that's the other good thing about this. It's so cheap. What are the difference between those and those? Are they got more penetration? Again, see, this doesn't really matter with these, because you're going to be generally so close anyway. That I've found I just use the normal ones, and I've never had a problem with the stuff that I've been going for. You're going to take coyotes with a single shot. Where's my... Oh, didn't put it in my inventory. See, this is the stuff that I'm kind of still getting used to. Oh, I didn't... Oh, God damn it. I didn't even get it out of my storage. See, this is the stuff that I'm getting used to with this game. You can't just go and buy it and have it in your inventory. You have to go in here, you have to go to your storage, go to your stupid storage, put them in there, and then it then should be in here. There you go. Like, I don't see the point of that. No, where is it? Oh, there. Is that it? Yeah. Yeah, I gotta admit, I don't see the point of that. Just, I think when you buy it, just put it in your store. It just seems there's an extra step in there. Maybe that will become clear the further I go through the game. Maybe, you know, maybe I'll kind of realise that actually that's kind of essential. Okay, so just hopefully coming round to where those little ducks were. If they were ducks, hopefully they were ducks. And again, I'm kind of not running anywhere, because I've learned that just when you run, that's just it. You're done. As the minute you start running, you're done. Because all the animals from miles around are going to hear you coming, and you're not going to get anything at all. Right, where were they? And they've gone. That's annoying. But there you go. I found a feed zone. What's the time? 7:30. Are they? Oh, maybe they've just come to the end of their breakfast. Maybe it's that you can see the animals, but you can't spot them. Because look, they're the... Oh, bastards. Look, they've all gone over there. Sons of bitches. Oh, that is so annoying. Should we go get them? I don't know if I can be bothered to walk around there again. Do you know what? Like, I'm going to get over to that bit quickly. Like, I know you shouldn't run, but running over here is not going to disturb animals that are on the other side of the lake over there. And I can kind of see that there's nothing here in this corner. So there's nothing here that I'm going to disturb. So I'm just going to run around this corner. Yeah, there aren't even any tracks over here. There's nothing. I'm in an animal-free zone. Magical floating rocks. See, I've got the I'm now running with the wind as well, so that's not for anything that's on this side of the lake. that's not a particularly good sign. This looks like this is a good bay for mallards, though. It looks like they came right over here. Okay, so I'm going to stop running here because I don't know what's around this corner. And it's always worth just kind of popping your scope or your binoculars, because like the amount of times I've come around the corner and there's been like a moose standing there. See, that's where it's really good to have your shotgun as well. That if you do come around a corner and you find yourself, you know, there's a moose just there, because they've got such bad eyesight. You normally have a second or two just to grab your shotgun, and you can pop a moose before it sees, you know, before it knows you're there. More mallards. See, and I keep checking those feathers as well, because you never know if there's going to be like another, you know, another need zone. See, I'm just checking this. See, I'm going to be watching the other side now. There you go. There's some. Where was that? There you go. Brilliant. Look, so I've got a Roosevelt elk there in his need zone. So that's awesome. That's exactly what I'm looking for. See how quick you can kind of skip over the top of them as well. But this is where spotting is so important. And I don't know, maybe I should have known that, but I didn't know that. When I first switched the game on, I would just run and, you know, shoot the stuff I could shoot, which was nothing, because I wasn't spotting anything. So let's try and do a real long distance shot on this. I can see him again. Where is he? Who's Nick? Oh, there he is. See, 300 meters. So he's the right way on to do a long distance shot, but I am notoriously bad at these. Okay, at least I managed to remember to change my zeroing this time. See? Okay, hold on. Oh my word! Wow, he went down. Okay, I'm just going to put, so I'm now going to put a marker, because he is so far away. I'm going to put a marker where he was, because otherwise I will lose him. And when I spot another animal, obviously that spot will disappear. Oh, I can't believe I hit that. I'm normally really bad at those. And I can't believe he went down. Like, I've hit them before, but then there's been like a little chase. That's really quite awesome. I'm quite pleased with that. Okay, so let's have a little wander around here, see what we can find, and then we'll go and pick him up. I don't really know about scoring, so I don't know how to estimate whether he's going to be a good elk or a shit elk. That feels a bit mean. I've just kind of shot him, and then I'll describe him as a shit elk. It's like when you shoot something in the spine. I always feel bad if you shoot something in the spine. Like, it's different if you hit it in the heart, but shooting an animal in the spine, it's like slaying a mallard by shooting it in the knob. It just doesn't feel right. Okay, I'm just going to have a quick scan around this corner, because often you'll find these need zones kind of together. So there's my elk. that's really good. At least I found one need zone. That's really good. And are we making our way round to... Yeah, so we're making our way round to this lookout tower, so then that'll highlight... I'm pretty sure that would have been the outpost up top that we saw at the start. How come a bear never runs out and grabs your dead elk? See, there's going to be loads of stuff around here. This is going to be a... I think this is going to be a good lake. Dead rock. See, again, I'm kind of still not running because, like at the start, you know, when I first started getting animals as well, I'd kind of get one and then I'd be so excited that I got an animal that I'd kind of run round to pick it up, and then you kind of lose the, you know, lose the chance of shooting any other animals that might have been with it. Because sometimes, you know, if you get them from far enough away, you can pick off a couple from the same herd, because they don't, you know, they don't hear you, or they don't hear the gunshot. Maybe, I don't know. But I had my longest shot so far was like about 369 meters or something like that. But it was a whole herd, and I managed to pick off two before they moved. You kind of think if you were standing in a group of your mates and one of you dropped down dead, you like to think your mates wouldn't just still be there eating. That would be quite shit. That was a really good shot. I'm normally really bad at those. And look, I managed to kill a radioactive elk. It's a Chernobyl elk. Please don't say I shot him in the cock. Oh, see, neck again. I shot him in the spine. It seems so harsh. That's good though. 1,000. That's cool. Okay, so I'm just going to have a look around. Just going to have a little sneaky look around this corner, just to make sure nothing's there, and then I'm going to make my way up to that tower. See, this is where you spot other feed zones, when you're right on the other side of the lake and the animals don't care, or they can't see you. Wow. Nothing. Okay. Head up to the tower and see if I can unlock some more stuff.